You can revolve it by pulling the line off like that, which is how you load a multiplier reel. You can come off one end of it, or you can come off the other end of it.
Oh dear, yeah, but which is the right way?
Well, could you hold that a sec?
Sure, no problem.
First of all, we need to know the direction of rotation of the flyer of the reel. And in virtually all reels nowadays, I think the old Mitchells are the only exception, the rotor rotates in a clockwise direction as you look at the front of the reel. So as you wind in, you've got your rotor rotating this way.
Yes.
Now, in order to load line onto that reel correctly, it must unrotate in the same direction as it's going to rotate onto here.
This is anti-clockwise then?
Yes.
So we're going anti-clockwise to clockwise.
Anti-clockwise to clockwise. Visualise the spring. Really, all you're trying to do is get that line, all those coils of line off there onto here. So you're just simply rotating that, and the line is coming off that spool.
Starting to make sense now.
It's easier to demonstrate on spools of the same size, because in a perfect world you'd be loading off the bulk spool onto a big pit spool of the same size.
Right, okay.
Then one twist that's created by this coming off the side, you remember our hose pipe experiment?
Yes.
Is cancelled out because it goes onto the spool in the other direction. So if we have spools, just for the sake of argument, we'll load onto this spool. My hand is the bail arm.
Yep. I'm
rotating, and line's coming off your spool and it's coming onto my spool. We've got one or two twists in the system here, but nothing much.
Oh, no, this
is the correct way to do it. You end up with straight line on here, coming off there. Straight lines come off, taken a twist, taken a reverse twist as it goes on here, so it's going on here straight.
We should start with then untwisted line, with this method, untwisted line on the main spool.
On the main spool.
Right. Okay.
Now the reason for that we'll show you later on our little machine, because by doing it this way you spool with straight line. When you cast out, the line counter twists, because don't forget, line can twist in both directions.
Yes.
When it twists in the normal direction induced by the clutch, those are bad line twists. But if you can create twists in the other direction, you get more time before your bad line twists bunch up.
Right.
Okay. Now, if we carry on loading this way, as you can say, we're not creating any twists.
Oh.
If you now turn that round so that I'm coming onto a fixed spool reel off a revolving spool reel,
gotcha.
we start to create twists. If you can just let that revolve round, I take a bit of line off here. As you can see, we've created more twists. In fact, we've got a curl in there. Although this way is recommended by a number of anglers and some reel manufacturers, I still can't understand why, because as you can see, we've created not just a few twists, we've actually got a loop in there now. And I don't understand why.
Bad news.
Now, it's even worse if you come off the wrong end of a bulk spool. So if you turn that round, now we'll just load a bit of line to get rid of those nasty coils and start afresh. We should come on that way. So at the moment it's not too bad. Now if I keep winding, that puts a bad twist in, and because you're coming off the wrong end, it's putting the same twist in when I come on this side, because they're actually rotating in opposite directions. I'm coming around this way, that one's going that way. So you can see it doesn't take long before you've got an absolute disaster.
I mean, just curling up all over the place.
So the only way to load is off the correct side of a bulk spool, which is what people have been saying for years.